Lindsay here. We've got another build for you today. This one is a special one. I would say that this is probably my favorite build of Project Diablo 2 Ladder Season 1. And it is a Poison Nova Necro. It is absolutely incredible. It is super fast. It gets everything done. It can do tier 3s, it can do tier 1s. I mean, you do have some problems with poison resistance, but not really a big issue. Thankfully, tier 3 maps in Season 1 do not have poison resist mobs. You may have some issues in the tier 2 maps against some of those skelly chargers. I'm not sure what they're called, but yeah, for the most part, kind of skip the tier 2s or you just go through them super fast and it is no problem. So, without further ado, let's get into the build. It is a minimal strength character as per usual. We are just trying to get our Bramble on here. The dexterity is a little bit different in this build. We are going for max block, so you need to keep an eye out for that. There is one thing to note is when you guys do level up in PD2, and this is probably for LOD as well, but you do need to put like 2 points into dex every level to keep your max block up. So just keep that in mind. And then the rest of the points in vitality, of course. Easy enough. Now for the skills, there are a ton of ways to do this. I have seen plenty of builds. I see a lot of people do the lower res, so you can actually do poison res mobs. I'm just super lazy and I just want to telly stomp everything. So I found that for this build particularly, in the way that I play it, I do clay golems, just about enough to get up to 3k life. I do the Golem Mastery to get 4 Golems, and then I do Blood Warp. You want to get this to level 30 with all your buffs up, so you don't have any cooldown on it. Honestly, if it's 29, the 0.1 second isn't a big deal. You don't really notice it, and you can't do it. You can't just spam it anyway because of the life cost. So, get as close as you can, but it is what it is. You can feel that one out for yourself. Put as many points as you want. For the Poison and Bone spells, this is pretty cut and dry. You are going for Poison Nova along with all of the synergies. So max it, max Desecrate, and then max Poison Dagger. You do actually use Desecrate a lot, so it does a ton of damage, and you do want to actually hotkey that, keep that on your bar. And like I said, I don't do the curse thing for this guy. I am just purely a telly-stomping Poison Necro. For the gear, here we go. This is a pretty nice one. I hit this one myself with the old Larzik puzzle box. Pretty happy about that. Still a little scared to go for the +3 on it, but it's a good one. All in all, you want to use Death's Web. This is the best. This is the best weapon, hands down. That minus poison resistance is insane. I use a Shaco here. Mine has cannot be frozen on it. It's not necessary. Best in slot is the 3-skill Shaco, but you know what I mean. Good luck with that. You get your cannot be frozen from the Tranks belt anyway, so that's not necessary. I shove some Ists in it because, yeah, I do just speed clear things and I want to MF as much as possible, and as you can see, I do hit the 307 ideal MF breakpoint there, so that's pretty nice. Mara's, this is a nice one too. It's a perfect resistance with a 26 MF corruption on it. And then for the shield, like I said, you do want to hit the max block. So this is actually a really nice shield for that. I've seen some people do some other things with like storm shields and the Gurkies or something like that, but this is it for damage. I mean, this is it for the build. It does the minus poison res once you get the 3 set. This one has the plus the skills on it, 2 open sockets. I hit that as well. So you put the 5/5 faucets in there. Yeah, pretty darn nice. Pretty darn Nice. Um, as for any block build, like I'm saying, you want to use the water walks. The faster block, dex is nice. Life, got MF on these ones. Use a Nagel. I actually use two Nagels. These both have faster cast rate. I know you might not be able to get those right away, but these can just be regular Nagels. Quite frankly, you don't need to boost the attack, the cast speed on this guy like through the roof. You really don't. I mean, you want to hit this one right here, the 48, and then you want to hit the 86 on the FHR. And really, as far as like stats go, you guys don't need to do anything. This is these are all zeros all around. The IAS obviously, and then you know you just got to hit those two breakpoints and you're set. So Nagels, I already went over this kind of. This is just a great belt in general, though. Replenish life, I love it. I hit MF corruption on this one as well. And these are kind of hard to track down, but this is probably your biggest boost in faster cast rate for this build, and you probably are going to want to grab the corrupted ones with the extra faster cast rate on them. It's the best way to get it, and you do kind of need it. So, and I mean these also have poison skill damage, so definitely our best in slot gloves. The bramble is of course a given. You can switch these out, but you know that's hard to give up that poison damage. That's for sure. Not quite sure how you do that. And then as for charms, minor. Actually, I actually did have to get a bunch of lightning resist charms for this guy. That's like the one biggest hole in res. Basically everything else is fixed. So you kind of do have to boost that lightning res with charms. Wasn't too bad, and honestly, this isn't a boss killer, so I don't need to worry about overcapping res or anything. It's nice, but it's not necessary. So there you go. These are just lifers and faster hit recoveries. A little bit of faster run walk there. Those are both pretty nice. And yeah, that's really. Oh yeah, let me go over the Merc here really quick. This is actually huge. This Doom with the freeze aura. You want to get that. You're a Telly Stomper. You're telling right in there. Your damage is not instant, so you do need to you need to realize that when you go in that either one, you don't need to constantly cast and overkill your targets, but two, your targets are not going to instantly die. So if they're cold and they're poisoned, they're just going to sit there and die on their own, and they're not going to really hit you. So you do want to put a Doom on your Merce. Otherwise, this guy's pretty basic. I think I found all this stuff. Yeah, this is pretty standard Merce gear. Get some PDR, get some lifesteal, some attack speed, um, and you're set. So, that being said, I'm gonna play some footage from me doing a cow run, and then I'm gonna play some footage from me doing a map. I hope you guys enjoy that, and if you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments below.